Hi.
See, it's hard,
Welcome back.
think,
You just talked over me, you dickhead. Welcome back to our Halloween countdown. We are on our 5th year this year. Tonight's film is quite a random film. We fell across it by accident because we thought it was something else. So the film is Unholy from 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, who's it directed by?
It's directed by Anthony Winson, also known as Mr. Stitch Films.
Yeah. And
the name of the film is also the Ashcroft Entity.
Yeah.
So basically, this is a independent film, and I think you can tell. I don't want to knock it too much because I think they do put a lot into it.
We started watching it thinking it was the newer Unholy film from 2021.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
And we put it on, and it is a bit like you can tell it's an independent film. It's like almost like a student, like a well done student film. And
what does it want?
The actress who plays Margaret is fantastic, and then a couple of the other actors. It's a bit not painful because that's really cruel, but you can tell the new to acting. I would say is maybe the best way. So it's basically, I would say 1980s. It's a young couple who are married, buy the first house. They get it for a steal, basically. And it's still,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's but back then that was a lot. So it's expensive to them, and they struggle to afford the mortgage. They were sort of talking about how they could change things around to be able to afford it because it's like this nice semi-detached house. So they move in. Peter, the husband, works away a lot. There's no children, just this young couple. And the young lass doesn't actually work, so it's mostly, I thought in the 80s, I thought women already worked back then. So she's at home a lot, and she's like cleaning. They meet the neighbours, and the neighbours are a bit
to destroy you both.
This one live there?
Yeah, and sort of goes to say something, and she goes to say something, and the mother's like, "Oh, come, let's
around
go."
the ear.
So there's obviously a bit of a history with the house. But I thought what was interesting, they don't really go into the history of the house like some films do. And it was really focused around the experiences of the young couple who live there now. I actually forgot, it starts in the present.
Yes.
Well, not now, but like in the 80s.
They're talking about their experience
of living
in the
there.
house.
So it's them retelling this story. And I said at one point, it's so bad, it's actually good. And I know that sounds really strange, but you'll see what I mean if you watch it. I would give it a break. We're not talking blockbuster Hollywood movies. It's not that type of film.
It's not, and I think one thing that comes across from it is it snatches a lot of different elements from different horror films. So you've got stuff from Amityville. There's one moment that is from, I don't know which Amityville it is, but it's one of them. And then you've got...
Oh, it was the first one.
Was it the first one?
Yeah.
Huh. And then you've got other moments, like Poltergeist.
Stop it!
Yeah.
From lots of, I would say I counted about 5 films who were like, that's how it's so-and-so. Well, that's just how it's so-and-so. And we're almost like, it's almost borderline plagiarism. But it was good.
It's an homage.
It was, that's perfect. It was an homage. And I have to say, I enjoyed it, and I wouldn't have thought I did because it is, I won't call it an indie film, it's just a very independent, low budget, but it worked.
And there's a scene at the end where you can tell that they've replicated the house.
Yeah.
But I think it works, and it's stuff like that
the
that makes
starts falling apart like Poltergeist.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well done, well done. I can tell what you've done. I know exactly how you've done that.
With the budget they had.
Yeah, well done.
It's well done.
There's something in the house.
It was good.
Who was the best actor though? because it said at the beginning, introducing, I can't remember her name,
Oh,
but it's the old lady.
it's the little old lady. I can't think what she's
Her
called.
line delivery is perfect.
Oh, what's she got, Norma?
Norma or something, yeah,
it's
something
Norma.
like that.
And she was brilliant in it, and it was introducing. I reckon it's his nana. Also.
Yeah.
I want it to be his nana so bad.
Oh,
and
she stole the show.
She stole the show. She was brilliant. And we'll give spoilers because there's a little bit older.
Yeah.
And the lady at the door, call her Norma. I don't know if we've got that right.
Yeah, probably not.
But she because she was like, oh, I used to live here. And like Margaret who lives there, she's like, do you want to come in, have a cup of tea, and you know, and she's like, she's like, no. And you see her a couple of times, and then you realise, I called it later on, that she's.
I think it belongs to them.
She was a ghost, but there's this like. Remind me of 30 East Drive.
Yes, well, I think that's what it's based on.
Yeah, I can't think of there is another film that's a lot bigger budget than this. About 30 East Drive, and I can't think of the name for love nor money.
Yeah.
And there was bits out of that reminded me of this dark entity that was drawn to women, quite.
There was a specific room or cupboard, wasn't there?
Yeah,
There was a coal scuttle
and there was
in that
a
place.
smell, and there was always like these classic, almost like poltergeist. You know, there's something really sinister. It's not just a haunting; it's something dark and
Actually,
supernatural.
did take a lot from Amityville as well because they had the bees. And like flies.
Yeah. And they got the people coming in from the outside to try and help communicate. I mean, yeah, some of them ended up dead, didn't they? In the film, you didn't really see what happened, but
I think one of them was like.
Yeah, one of them was possessed as well, wasn't she? So it was it's a bit like Dawn of the Dead in places, tongue in cheek. But I enjoyed this much more than Dawn of the Dawn of the Dead, I have to say. Because I could. Again, parts of it you were like, you know, what the hell? But then you remember it's something that somebody's made on a really tight budget, and I think it's been done very well, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, they've been able to pull something off from very little.
You just ignore. You have to accept. It is what it is, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's like
it a 3.
It's like the use of the car because there's a car in it at one point.
And he goes with his suitcase.
Yeah, his suitcase and you can tell
like
that they had the car for say a couple of hours, so they got it all out in one day.
He comes back to her, Margaret.
What are you doing?
He's got his suitcase.
Oh no. What's going on?
And the guy, and she runs out screaming at one point, and the guy who's dropping him off, you know, you'd be like, oh my god, what's going on?
And he just pisses off.
Dropping your workmate off and something like that. You'd be like, are you alright? What's happening? He just goes, see you tomorrow, Peter. Like reverses out.
Oh wow.
No! Like she's got her hair out because all the guys. It's
dear.
I did enjoy it. I would give it a whirl. It won't be for everybody.
No, it won't.
And you might, when you watch it, you might think, "What the hell are them two talking about?" But it is. I thought it was alright. And to be fair, there were parts of it that did creep me out, where I was a bit like, "Christ, what's going to happen now?" And you know, but yeah, give it a whirl.
I'm going to give it a 2 pumpkins. No, I'm going to give it a 3 pumpkins because it's alright.
Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow we're gonna watch the film that we meant to watch for this. So The Unholy. We pressed Unholy instead of The Unholy. So tomorrow, that one.
Unholy.
I'm Nate, the Ultimate Movie Geek. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for The Unholy. Sleep tight, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bye.